Mama V, good morning to you. Good. It's your grandmother's birthday.
Yes,
what's her name?
Mrs. Victoria Nyomi.
Mrs. Victoria Nyomi.
Yeah.
How old is she?
She's 91.
Wow. That's great. 91.
Wow. Yeah.
It's a strong young lady.
What, I surprised you?
Yeah. So which part of Anglo?
She's By the way, when we're done with the papers, I want to just, and I will tell you something special about her.
Oh. So, oh, that's your grandma.
That's my grandma.
Do you know exactly where she is in Anglo? I want to go and visit her next month when I visit her. Next month I'll be going to.
I'll tell you who else's birthday it is today. Yeah. Our very own colleague Mapitso Sebidi.
Oh. Hey, Mapitso Sebidi.
Now that also means that it's Gomez's birthday.
Yeah.
Our director.
Patrick.
How is that? How is that
related?
If you know, you know.
Me Too movement. Me Too movement. Why? Why do you have to attach a man?
Okay, our job here is to do the newspapers.
By the way, just as we will happily celebrate your grandmother at the end of this, let's take a moment to congratulate Map. She's been with us for what, over a year now? Yeah, 2 years now.
Okay.
And look, her work has been nothing but stellar. You know, and she continues to get better and better every day. Yeah. And it's young people like that. Is this like
your true self, or you're being diabolical?
I think this one's she's been sincere.
Like you're being genuine.
Of course I am. Have you not seen? Have you not seen Maps' work?
Yeah, I have.
She's fantastic.
She's
amazing. She's an incredible person.
Absolutely.
But when you say it the way you say it, like, you know, it's like you're up to something.
I'm not sure why you think
so. For once, Kojo is being...
I'm very confused.
But Mapitso, we have to say that she's done tremendously well, especially... the way she's been able to acclimatize with a Ghanaian.
She now. Yesterday she said something.
Some strands, I believe.
And then,
not really.
Hey, Mama, she speaks Chi too. So yeah, she does.
Well,
just so you understand, Mapitso is actually from South Africa. She's lived in Ghana for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
And she works with us. She does a great job every single day. And it's just wonderful to see her adapting, you know, to Ghanaian culture and language and lifestyle. It's nice to see your country through someone else's eyes, you know.
Hey, Kojo Yangsi. Okay.
Mapitso.
Right. Okay.
Mapitso, we love you. We love you. And grandma in Angloga.
What is going on?
And Nyomi.
No, Mrs. Nyomi.
Mrs. Nyomi. Yeah. I'll come for Aklan and Fatridechi.
She's 90 what?
91.
Wow, that's amazing.
And she still speaks vibrantly.
Yeah.
She takes palm wine.
Let's do the newspapers. We're going to run through the headlines and all of the newspapers that we have in the studio, and then we'll dig in, do a few of the stories in detail. But it's Mental Health Day today. Yesterday, there was a story in the Daily Graphic newspaper about a psychiatrist talking about the difficulties that children have to go through. Some children have to go through. You know, they have to wake up really early because of the schedules that parents have, living in the outskirts of the main city, and how that can impact also on their mental health. So we're going fully blown today. We'll tell you how we're discussing this subject a bit later on. But into the newspapers now. Who's going to begin?
Yeah, the Today newspaper.
All right. So front page of the Today newspaper.
Mahama hits back at Bawumia. Now we have Killer and Blowman.
Who is Killer? Who is Blowman?
If I say, they'll take me on. So one of them is Killer. The other one is Blowman.
They know themselves, right?
Yes. So this one throws a punch. Commando, Terminator. And then Chuck Norris also comes in. Oh my God.
No, Terminator and Chuck Norris, are they not supposed to be on the same
They're all
side?
heroes. They're all heroes in their movies.
They're blue men. Well, Terminator in the first movie was the killer. Then in the second one, he was a blue man and remained blue.
So one of them can change like that.
Commando. Let's take Commando.
Depends on the story you are telling.
Okay, so other stories we have in the Today newspaper. Tension brews in a Kroponge Kriapim over move by Enoch Ventures to eject residents. Also, police rounding up 23 suspects in a swap at Amasaman, Pokwase areas. And the police needed to do this. They had some intel also from the residents there, because some of these suspects tend to torment the residents, we're told in the story. Lawyer advocate for sex audit committee in schools, and that's Dr. Maurice Ampao. Well, we also have the Herald newspaper, which is having on the front page, Yoko dossier causes shock in Opuni trial. as Attorney General's witness found praising fertilizer apparently in his 2017 statement to the police. It all became a shock in the courtroom. Everybody had a gaping mouth. What's happening?
Are you sure?
Oh, you're factory now.
How many gaping mouths did you count?
Untested political leadership is dangerous. Now we have Men's Go gives customers strongest assurance. Oh, it's true. Security Minister vows to clown hungry MPP youth. Okay, you should read, I believe. Security Minister vows to clamp down on hungry MPP youth. Should be. And then we have the last paper, the Daily Dispatch. We just not stop its headlines on the judges. So again, we read you another one. Rollins on judges' murder documentary. History rehashed to hang innocent people like me. Boom! And Sly Mensah completes Upper East Regional Tour. Sly Mensah, he's a very nice gentleman. Former CEO of National Health Insurance Authority. Good morning to you, Mr. Sylvester Mensah.
We know you like him.
Yeah, so. I love the man. We did not sack the head who took Baumia around her school in 2017. It's been corrected, Ablakwa, but no head has been sacked. Suspension. So
this is.
I'm sure it's a reply to.
Okay, so is he saying Dr. Baumia went and campaigned to some children in this school?
Their pictures.
So he campaigned to the children, like he, like how in this Akamba clip you can see him, campaigning to the kids.
Did Baumia say anything contrary?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking, because I'm not.
The story talks about there was a campaign.
Story,
I think there was an issue that was raised at the time as well.
Okay.
But the thing is that the GS has a code. The code is indicating.
Yes, and if you violate it, you violate it.
If it's been flouted in the past, it doesn't make sense.
Let's do the Daily Graphic and the Ghanaian Times. The Daily Graphic first, front page. Recapitalization will strengthen indigenous banks, according to Nana Otuo Echampong. National Cathedral priority among priorities, according to the president. Ghana losing public records, archival facilities in deplorable state. Who's shocked here? Nobody, I guess. Back page of the paper. Priorities construction, prioritize construction of Paulugu Dam. NDF appeals to government. And portion of N1 highway in Accra to be closed to traffic. When? I'll get you the details when we dig in. But let's do the Ghanaian Times newspaper next. Front page of the Times. Sanitation Ministry declares nationwide quote-unquote war on open defecation. Government gives financial clearance for 145,000 jobs. VIP opens 4th Ghana Renewable Energy Fair. Also on the front page, deal with vigilantes. Their actions are illegal. Kojo Nkrumah urges police. Back page, disabled advised to invest DACF allowances. Government must prioritize research findings. That's a call by the Plant Genetic Resource Research Institute. Details of that on the back page of the paper. Could you just going to do the daily guide?
I will. And here's what's on the front page of today's daily guide. Mahama defends thieving general. Details are on pages 3 and 6. Also, 145,000 jobs ready. It's nice when jobs are ready. Yeah. 2 Delta Force members nabbed, 2 teachers interdicted for rape. That's all being reported on the front page of the Daily Guide. And I've also got headlines from the Business and Financial Times. Let's bring that up. Banner headline, stressed MFIs put 1.2 billion Ghana cedis of investor funds at risk. This is a rather serious story. Those who have invested funds in microfinance institutions simply because of the quick turnaround of loans in the past, they are suffering. 1.2 billion Ghana cedis of their investment is likely to go up in smoke if these microfinances don't perform well or find themselves being closed down by Bank of Ghana for one reason or the other. Financial and insurance growth shrink after rebasing, but economist says No cause for alarm. Yes. UMB rewards best staff with all expenses paid Canada trip. Lucky, lucky staff. And Nyonkupa sweeps 2 awards at SMEGA and wins SME Agro Commodity Trade and Community Impact Awards. That's on the back page. You can enjoy that story there. And I kept the finder for last. Here are the headlines. 145,000 cleared for jobs. Yeah. While 10 banks commit 4.43 billion Ghana cedis to one district, one factory. That's good. That's good. Give us first option to redevelop Accra. That's Greta talking. I don't know what to say about that. All right, government to promote cost-efficient solar energy projects. About time. And Ghana Post and West Blue launch valuation center and e-commerce platform. This is hopefully to speed up the delivery of parcels from abroad once the valuation is done en route. That should be a positive for all of you who order things from foreign websites and so forth, and foreign companies. Okay? Yeah, those are the headlines. Where do you want to start, Mama B?
I wanted to. Okay, so let's talk about this archival facilities in deplorable states, and then I think there was another story on the back page. Some portions of the N1 to be closed. Maybe I would begin from the back page of the Daily Graphic. A portion of the lay-by of the Tetekwashi Jolu Junction portion of the N1 highway in Accra is to be closed to traffic from Saturday, October 13 to Saturday, October 20. 2018, the Ghana Highway Authority has announced the closure is to enable the GHA, the Ghana Highway Authority, to replace pipelines buried under the N1 highway and also widen the culvert to deal with flooding along that stretch of the road. So the widening of the culverts in particular, it said, would help contain the huge volumes of water from the Gulf House area. And the project is being sponsored by a private commercial property developer. It's going to cost 400,000 Ghana cedis. That's what the paper says. You can read on it on the back page of the paper. And quickly, let me box it with the story on page 3. Story by Caroline Boateng in Accra says Ghana risks losing its vital historical documents at the Public Records and Archives Administration Department and the few research libraries in the country as a result of the deplorable state of the facilities. Some of the national records dating from independence are discolored and almost brittle. The PRAD, which is the Public Records and Archives Administration, in short, which is the national organization that takes care of public records, archives, and documents, has suffered neglect over the years. So the Daily Graphic, following up, to check on the status of historical documents, and this what came to light after Speaker of Parliament Professor Michael Quay had on October 2, the paper says, indicated at an event that Ghana's independence proclamation document signed by the Queen of England could not be found anywhere within the borders of the country.
Amazing.
Don't worry. We shouldn't be worried. England has it, so it's all taken care of.
But if one day they decide to dispute it, where's our proof?
No, it's not. It's normal. As for Africa, these things are normal.
We're talking going like this is a digitalized world, right?
Yeah.
But we're still this archival department. We're not talking about keeping records digitally. We're talking about
the paper ones.
Exactly.
We're allowing rats to chew them. We're allowing them to disappear. Mama B, let me tell you what really and truly upsets me about the story you've just shared. Information is power. And for years and years and years, we have complained about how we don't have enough data to make decisions. Whether it's modern data in terms of what's happening in our world today, or whether it's historical data of what has happened before, we just don't have it. And we've watched other countries who have data develop. We've seen them use that data to make decisions that work out for everybody, and we don't have it. And our president is telling the Financial Times in the UK that a cathedral is a priority among priorities. Why is this not a priority among priorities, Mr. President? Why is maintaining, preserving our data electronically for posterity. Why is that not a priority among priorities? And you know, when you talk about priorities, this particular one, this cathedral, it's not that I think Ghana doesn't deserve a cathedral. Ghana deserves all kinds of things, skyscrapers and bridges into the sea. We deserve it all. But which ones do we prioritize? Which ones do we spend money on first? This is a priority you have chosen, Mr. President, not the 70% of Christians that you are referring to. And what made you choose this particular priority? Why don't you explain it to us? 100% of Ghanaians wear clothes. You haven't prioritized a dressmaking factory. But 70% of Ghanaians are Christians, so you are prioritizing a cathedral. Meanwhile, our documents are rotting, and that is not a priority among priorities. Mr. President, please do things on our behalf. Please do things that we asked for, because we asked you to lead us. This cathedral, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but is it really a priority among priorities? Let's move on. We have other stories, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Okay, so let's do page 17, the Ghanaian Times newspaper. And this is Kojo Nkrumah speaking. Information Minister Designate Kojo Nkrumah has charged the security agencies in the country to bring to book persons involved in political vigilantism to deter others from engaging in same. Quotes, there will be no need banning political vigilantism because their actions are already illegal, so it is left with the security agencies to act on. Quote, Mr. Nkrumah told journalists in Accra yesterday, following calls on political parties to ban the groups affiliated to them.
Sorry, what did he call on?
Times
can you repeat that last bit?
Security agencies.
No, he was calling on some political parties to ban the groups.
No, that's the general call for political parties to ban vigilante groups.
Okay,
but he says that already their actions are illegal.
So they will not. So they, as a political party, will not ban them.
No, don't put it that way.
Okay.
Let me read. So you want to? So let me take it from the top.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, quotes, there will be no need banning political vigilantism because their actions are already illegal, so it is left with the security agencies to act, unquote. Oh, you have issues with that?
I don't know. How do you feel about it? I mean, we've seen these groups. Where do these groups
I was just going to say that, how often
operate?
do we have to call on particularly the police to deal with this matter? Because everybody says it's the police job. Police, you have to do it, because if people are doing illegal things, I mean, it's not for any political party to do it. You are the agency that's mandated to deal with illegal acts.
It's kind of like if your son is an armed robber and you drive him and drop him off every night for him to go and rob banks. And rob people's houses, and then he comes home every day. When you say it, it's like you're facilitating it. Yes, and then the police come to you and say, look, your son is an armed robber. You've been taking him. Please stop doing that. If you don't take him out and drop him off at night, he won't have the opportunity to go and rob. So keep him at home, so he doesn't. And you say, no. What he's doing is a crime. So you arrest him. As for me, I'm not going to. It's absolutely the same. Where do you see these groups operating? Isn't it at political events? This place where they went to cause trouble. Wasn't it at Antonia Couture says?
But then you're suggesting that it's the political. So if I use you driving that child to go and rob, then it's like the political parties are taking them to the places to go and...
They fund them, they feed them, they give them T-shirts to wear.
To go and act illegally?
And they come and operate... Yes,
to go and act illegally?
Yes, they come and operate at party events. You see them walking around at rallies. You've been to a rally, a party rally. You've seen them.
Yeah, no, but we're talking about when they cause... when they go and...
So for example, when invisible forces attacked each other with machetes at the NPP headquarters. Or, for example, when they went to Antonia Couture's speech.
Yeah, but you can't say that as the party that organized them to go and cause
No, but it was a party event that they attended, and they are a brand. They are not. They are what's the correct word? They are an appendage of the NPP. They exist because of the NPP. the NPP can shut them down quicker than the police can. So when the NPP says there's no need for us to shut them down, what are they telling us?
Interpretation.
And it's not just the NPP, by the way. The NDC also has groups like this that are affiliated to them. They have also been seen doing illegal things. And when the NDC was in power, the police had the same difficulties. But we all know why. It's because the vice president is the head of the Ghana Police Council, and the president appoints the IGP. So to be absolutely clear, the police is at all times, in reality, under the control of whichever political party is in office.
The presidency also appoints the Auditor General, appoints the Electoral Commissioner, appoints so many of these heads. So we can't sit back and say that the fact that the president appoints you, you can't act.
But
do you think that as the president appoints the IGP can order his personnel to go and take serious action?
He should be able to. Who is he working for?
Okay, but Mama
who is he trying to please?
Would this problem exist if the NPP said we will not have vigilante groups, or the NDC said we will not have vigilante groups? Would this problem exist?
I mean, that of course, you know, that would help actually.
It would solve the problem.
Stop them.
Exactly.
It would remove the problem.
But in the absence of that,
why
let's
must
sit back and watch.
Why must that be absent? Why must the information minister tell us that there is no need to take the one action that would remove the problem? Why must he tell us that? And as Ghanaians, why must we accept it? Why must we listen to that and say, okay? Why?
I don't know. I'm just on the police. So, okay, so fine. President appointed me, so I can't do anything. I just. We can't go on like that. Don't look at me like that.
We can't.
No, I know that's not possible. So you know all this is not possible. There's no way.
I refuse.
They went to attack a whole court.
I refuse to give up.
They went to attack a whole court. They were giving some flimsy sentences. What was that? Was it even a sentence, or they were fined?
I've never. By the way, that has never happened in our history, as far as I can recall.
That was.
I mean, you see, they said, NDC said they have Azoka boys. Now they inaugurated one recently.
Yes, Eagles and...
That courtroom invasion was a classic
Hawks,
one. I mean, like it's one that we would always remember.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
No, it's not only that.
It was a desecration of the rule of law.
And we have an impending election coming. You will see the NDC boys. They will say that they are not getting protection from the police, which cannot be true. Because if you want protection from the police, you have to apply and the police will give you personnel.
And that's what the MPP did, by the way. They also said they were not getting protection from the police when they were in opposition. They went to even bring some people from South Africa to come and train their
So we just give up?
No, we force our political parties to do the right thing. At the moment, they are getting away with it because when they tell us stories like what the information minister just told us, that there is no need to ban them, we all say, yes, sir, okay. And we let them get on with it. We let them get on with condoning crime. The president can't tell me that these people are not operating in his name. They believe they are doing what they are doing for him. So if he doesn't agree with it, he should be the first one to publicly tell them, stop it. But he has not been able to say that.
You see, I don't understand this. You have a car that has an exhaust film all the time when you're on the road. Change the engine. Change the engine.
Okay. Now I don't know what this is related. Like what's
it's
the connection?
You have a political party.
Connect
the groups in there are causing problems. Tell them, call them, party chairman and every president sit in the meeting. You people stop operating from today. Come publicly, issue a statement. NDC MPP, issue a statement. We don't want vigilante groups. So
I thought a while ago you said this was not going to happen. Now you're on fire. Let's do myjoyonline.com.
Oh yeah, MyJoyOnline. Let's do MyJoyOnline.
Oh dear. Bulgarian TV presenter raped and killed. It's a disturbing story. Victoria Marinova was found in a park on Saturday.
30.
Oh my word.
They said this makes the third journalist to have been murdered in the European Union in a year.
That is shocking. That is shocking.
She's the fifth since 2017.
Wow. Top Kenyan news anchor to be charged with murder. That's in Kenya. The public prosecutor says that Jackie Maribe and her fiancé will be charged with the murder of a woman in Nairobi. My word. What a thought, eh? Well, not a good day for journalists in the news. A kiss from a dog nearly killed me. And there's a picture here of a man with his nose missing. Scary thought. Okay, teacher says hotel kicked her family out for getting ready too early. What an idea. Right, we have capacity to regulate GMOs, Biosafety Authority assures.
Well, the story there is catching my eye. Accused husband, worried wife, says scandal and HIV scare hit Obuasi school. All right. So
we have to go?
Yeah.
Oh, please, can I?
Yeah, we are.
Please let me say
Are we going
happy
for
birthday
CNN?
Happy birthday to my grandmother before we wrap up. Because Benedict, to give me this time, I beg you. So today is my grandmother's 91st birthday. She lives in Angloga. Her name is Mrs. Victoria Nyomi.
Happy birthday, Grandma Nyomi.
Maufa Yaira Nanokpliwo. Happy birthday. She's an incredible woman. I lived with her when I went to Zion College throughout, and she was fantastic. I continue to. I know the best birthday gift
Granny's
will not
always
be anything material, but for her to see me.
Yeah.
And I wish I could do that. But I love you, Grandma. You will see me very soon. Happy birthday to
your
you.
grandmother, does she have the same character like you? I mean,
my grandmother, she's the best. She taught me everything I know right now.
Hey, Grandma, 91.
So, Mrs. Victoria Nyomi in Angloga, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, and once more, happy birthday to Maps.
Oh yeah, Mapito. I can't believe it. She said it. Her day is together with my grandmother.
It's already 22 years.
There's something incredible about Maps.
Yeah.
I was trying to say that, and you are giving me stress.
When it comes from you, Kojo, Charlie, like you have to think about it again.
Why?
But sports is coming up. Our game is Sierra Leone. It is not going to happen.
And Mapito's birthday today. She looks incredible. Hey. Not only is she incredible, she looks incredible. Mapito.